a small and isolated country, squeezed between the Tibetan Plateau and the hot plains of India. It's probably best known for its mountains, the Himalayas. 8 of the highest mountains in the world are to be found in Nepal, including Chomolungma, the mother goddess of the earth, or Mount Everest. From the high Himalaya, raging rivers cut deep gorges through the mountains and green foothills on their way to meet the great rivers of South Asia. In the center of Nepal lies the bustling capital of Kathmandu, which occupies a large fertile valley. The valley has been occupied by several small kingdoms since the 3rd century and was unified by the Saha dynasty in 1768 into present-day Nepal. Nepal's geography is as rich and diverse as its people. It's a country made up of dozens of distinct ethnic groups who practice many religions and unique traditions. In the mountains, the Sherpa and Tamang groups are descendants of ethnic Tibetans and still share many of their traditions. The inhabitants of the high Himalaya raise yaks and goats and farm vegetables on terraced hillsides because there is so little flat land. Many of the men also work as guides and porters on mountain climbing expeditions every spring. Tenzing Norgay was the first Sherpa to ascend Mount Everest with Sir Edmund Hillary in 1953. In the south, the people are more like their Indian neighbours. They are primarily Hindu and Muslim and tend farms in the hot and flat plains. Nepal is also a centre of religion. It is the birthplace of the Buddha and also hosts some of the holiest Hindu sites in the world. Religion occupies an integral position in Nepalese life and society. In the early 1990s, Nepal was the only constitutionally declared Hindu state in the world. Nevertheless, many of the people regarded as Hindus worship at Buddhist temples and Buddhists worship at Hindu temples, which is why the 2 dominant groups in Nepal have never engaged in any overt religious conflicts. Despite the peaceful nature and charm of its welcoming and generous people, a closer look at the country reveals its undeveloped infrastructure. Until 1951, Nepal was essentially cut off from foreign contact. When Nepal finally opened its borders, it was far behind the rest of the world in terms of development and education. Currently, Nepal has one of the lowest levels of spending on healthcare. It has the 3rd highest infant mortality rate in the world. About 50 out of 1,000 children die before the age of 1 due to lack of proper medical care. It is estimated that 20 million Nepalese are living in absolute poverty, and more than 60% of the population is illiterate. Education is not highly valued by many Nepalese. Village schools rarely offer classes higher than the 6th grade level. Middle and high schools are few and far between, and often difficult to reach. Most children who do attend school drop out before reaching the 5th grade due to their inability to meet the financial requirements. The financial straits of most Nepalese force education to take a back seat to more pressing challenges of day-to-day survival.
But it means it's not like 5 minutes or 10 minutes close, but it's still they have to walk like about 20 minutes, 40 minutes walk to elementary schools. But going up to the higher level educations, they have to walk 2 hours to get there and 2 hours to come back.
From primary school age, children are often considered old enough to work and help support the family. While many parents prefer to keep their children home, some families send them into the city where they enter the child labour force and often work for less than $100 per year. Girls in Nepal are also not considered to be of intellectual value and are often denied the benefits of any education. More than 10 years of political instability within Nepal has plunged much of the countryside into chaos and has created more poverty and abuse among the children of Nepal.
They think they only can do it farming, but they do not have any skills, they do not have any other ideas of creating their own business or working for the governments. They don't get a job at government because of lack of education. They wanted to do business, they can't do because lack of education. That's what a lot of youth, a lot of young men are leaving the country because of political, because of the communists, because of the lack of education.
Where are they going?
They are going to like Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Malaysia, and they make like $100 a month.
According to a 2005 report by child workers in Nepal, cited by UNICEF, it is estimated that 40,000 Nepalese children have been displaced over the course of the Maoist uprising of the last decade.
Because it matters, because the lack of education, I can say it matters because lack of education, a lot of children are being treating like slaves.
Jay Tamang was born and raised in the village of Balche, located in Nepal's Nuwakot district. The local school only went up to 5th grade, and only a few of the teachers there had been educated above the 5th grade level themselves. The nearest school that held classes above that level was 10 miles away, more than 2 hours on foot. After completing grade 5, higher education seemed a hopeless prospect for him, but his parents, conscious victims of their own lack of education, inspired him to make the arduous journey day after day.
I decided to take on this project because I have mentally and physically experienced all those, everything from walking far to schools and lack of financials, lack of skills of jobs, lack of knowledge. So in the futures, for the children that I do not want them to have, I do not want them to get that experience that what I have been through.
In January 2009, Jay and his brother Hira founded the Nepal Foundation for Rural, Economic and Educational Development, Nepal Freed.
Government is not an organized government. They're just having so much problem within the political parties. So how they can help these people? So they're struggling themselves.
A key to fulfilling that dream. Nepal Freed is a non-profit organization based in Balche in central Nepal. The foundation's mission is to further the educational needs for poor children of Nepal.
Nepal Freed has done a lot of works actually within a year, because we have built three rooms schools in Balche. It's benefiting 120 kids in Balche, and then we are building schools in Kaole, which is our neighbor village, that will benefit more than 100 kids from our projects.
French writer Victor Hugo once wrote, "He who opens a school door closes a prison." Nepal Freed also believes that opening school doors will make the world a better place.
We have 3 schools in Balche. Every school has, I'm not sure exactly how many students, but we have, I believe that's like 150 students in one elementary school. We do not have a high schools in Balche. We have, actually, my brothers are actively involving in these projects in Nepal. They are helping me set up and doing all these projects. But we have members more than, I believe it's between 7 to 10 people up there. But here, mostly the works that I do.
Nepal Freed has a team of dedicated people working to raise funds for the project. We are all committed to raising funds to bring education and basic medical care to the people of Nepal. You can become part of this endeavor.
They can't afford to pay because most of the parents are they're farming, so they do not have any source of getting money to pay for their fees or for their school dress or books.
The primary goal of Nepal Freed is to make basic education as accessible to as many Nepalis as possible, children and adult alike. It raises funds to build new schools in rural areas and to renovate existing ones using local labour and materials. Nepal Freed also hires qualified teachers for schools in poor areas far from Kathmandu and provides essential school supplies to children who are unable to afford them.
This year I'm hoping to raise between $20,000 to $30,000 so that I will be able to build libraries and buy some computers and libraries equipment for the schools, because I believe that it's very important to have a library for the schools. I need a lot of volunteers and to help me marketing, help me do fundraising events like this. That's a lot of opportunity to help me, a lot of different ways that you can help me to bring this foundations up.
You can become part of this endeavour by donating money, holding fundraising events, or collecting donations. We can help break the cycle of poverty. We can offer hope to all Nepalis by providing long-term healthcare and educational opportunities. If we don't help them, who will?